Good morning, guys. Yeah, we're having the next leg down. I wish I had been more patient with my shorts. Unfortunately, I wasn't. Do I stop out in the morning, or do I? So you can't stop out automatically in the morning? I don't understand your question. Oh, SC is gapping down below my stop. That sucks. Nugget 2. Oh man, this open sucks, man. This open sucks. Gonna get stopped out of a bunch of things. Okay, Nugget I got rid of right here. Well, if it's liquid enough so you can sell it pre-market, you should always sell as fast as possible if your stop gets triggered. I mean, you know, what the hell are you waiting for? But if it's not liquid enough, then you should sell again as fast as possible. Man, this gap down was no fun. I must have dropped like half a mil on this gap down. Nah, maybe not half a mil, but maybe 300-400K. You can't have stops in pre-market or post-market anywhere. Only mental stops. Do you ever trade leveraged ETFs? Yeah. I'm in Chainug and Nugget right now. Well, Nugget I just sold a few minutes ago, but I'm still in Chainug. So yeah, the question is yes. TD. You can have stops in extended hours? I didn't know that. Okay. You can't? That's what I thought. It's weird. Synthetic stop limit. If I sold SLV, what the hell was I supposed to do? Keep it? I took a 10-cent loss on it. Yeah, but the question was, can you use stops? Yes, every broker allows limit orders in extended hours. But the question is, can you use stops? I didn't know any broker allowed stops, but TD apparently does. Anywho, enough about stops. There's no rocket science involved. If a stop gets triggered and you can't have an automatic stop, you should get out manually as soon as possible. No need to rocket science it. But the good news is we are literally a couple of days of selling away from some nice support levels. That's the good news. So I'm thinking now QQQs, maybe this 255 area. Mid-low 250s could be a nice bounce spot potentially. So, you know, if you're thinking about aggressively shorting here and now, that's not a great idea. But if you have longs that are stopping you out, you know, you should always get the fuck out. But we are like best case scenario. If we get a, you know, two or 3 days more of selling, we go straight down, undercut the 100-day, maybe go to like 250 or something, and then, you know, get a clean move and then get a decent bounce. A good bounce back to the 50-day or even the 20-day. That would be like an ideal scenario, but it's probably not going to happen. Yeah, the slow meltdowns are the worst. The ones that go down a little bit, then they bounce a little bit, then they go down a little bit more. It's just, you know, the best ones, the best corrections are when the market goes straight down. Those are the best. And they're so easy because you literally have no setups unless you're a day trader. There's literally nothing to do. You can just take the day off most of the time. And you know that when the market is in free fall, you know there's gonna be some good upside eventually. And you get excited. Who is the gentleman who's screaming? Am I screaming? I'm not screaming. Hi, Piotr's mom. Piotr's mom, hi. UVXY. Did she hear me? She heard her. Milfanter? What the fuck? What's the crown? It means Prime Gaming. I don't know what it means. It says Prime Gaming if you hover. I don't get these symbols on Twitch. I really don't know. No, you're not. Hey, Stock Daddy, you're not the oldest person in here. Okay, the markets are open. Let's see what we get here. Best case scenario if we just go straight down, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce. Okay, spies are right on the 50-day. You can barely see the candle because it's right on the 50-day and it's the same color. Can we get a bounce here, or are we gonna go lower? Like the best case scenario if we just go straight down. I'm not short anything, unfortunately. I do have some longs left that are holding up fairly well, most of them. Roku is bouncing nicely. SC still hasn't stopped me out. Oh wait, did it stop me out? No, it didn't stop me out. Oh. Apps. Apps bouncing off the rising 20 EMA on the 60-minute chart. That's pretty nice. Let's see what we get here. Looks like we are getting a little bit of a rally. Oh well. The airlines are holding up really well. NIO it looks like it's bouncing right off the rising 20-day. Look at how clean this thing is. Straight off the 20-day. Such a clean charts. I love trading charts like these. They're just super clean. Zillow is barely down on the day. SC is about to go. Okay, so far, most of my stocks are fairly strong. The airlines are barely down on the day. Okay, that's good. So these are the types of days where you can see where the strength is. Also, see what happened to Spotify yesterday. It bounced, undercut and bounced off the rising 100-day yesterday. And actually went green at one point. And it looked like death when we looked at it on stream in the low 230s or high 220s. It was a big red candle. It looked like it was going to go to zero. Then it bounced. Nicholas Green. It needs to digest. I think this thing is gonna go, well, I don't know, but you know, considering the allegations, misleading investors and all of that, you know, I think it's gonna go lower, but you never know. Well, it's not crazy because it had a big move down. It needs to digest that. This thing went down 45% in just a few days. It's kind of, for now, you know, building a range. It's not crazy. It's not really a market correlated stock. Tesla is not bouncing. Yeah. Is it showing relative weakness? Yeah, wow, Tesla is showing relative weakness to the two Qs. That's true. I'm gonna watch Tesla for a potential short for later, like mid or late day. If it keeps showing relative weakness, like let's say the markets keep bouncing but Tesla can't bounce, that would be something interesting. Because now it's right below the 20-day moving average. And you know, if it can't reclaim that, you know, next, you know, it could go lower. But it does have the battery day, the 22nd. You know, ideal scenario would have been if this thing holds up well into the catalyst, but you know, I don't know. Many of the lower price COVID names are strong, like VXRT, SRNE, HTBX. This Livongo doesn't look good. It's just about to lose the 50-day. And it's also showing relative weakness to a lot of other things. Oh, I got stopped out of plug, it looks like. I don't have any relative strength indicator. It's all about eyeballing it. The fewer indicators you can use, the better. Okay, NIO. I'm gonna use today's lows as my stop on NIO. So far we're bouncing nicely. I got stopped out of Nugget. I stopped myself out pre-market. And I also got stopped out of, let's see here, Plug and ESTC. ESTC was a tiny starter position. And I sold Twitter before it closed yesterday. It had a really ugly close, so I just didn't want to deal with it. So that was a good thing. SHLL. Yeah, I have an alert set. Yeah, I know. Too bad it gapped down. I was really hoping for a strong open, but whatever. So I'm passing on INO, but I had it on watch list for a short today. But it just don't. Yeah, LAC is it's not really market correlated. It's trading on its own merits. It's just a micro cap, or actually not micro cap, but it's a small cap stock. Yeah, a lot of hype around this one. And now it's all about waiting. All about waiting. Waiting for the right spots. The spies are right on the 20-day, sorry, 50-day here. Right on the 50-day. SPXL. Yeah, the snowflake yesterday, holy shit, that was some serious mania. We haven't seen mania like that in a while. AYX is trying to break below this bear flag type of a complex. I don't trade this type of bear flags, but it's a bear flag-ish type of a thingy. Not anymore. Frustration, sometimes, but you can't let it affect you. Okay, I'm selling my chain active. It's not hitting my stop yet, but I'm just getting rid of it. Gold, the trade didn't work out the way I was hoping for. It's way too correlated with the markets. Alright, I got rid of that thing. Oh, apparently I got stopped out of SC too just now. Okay, so I don't really have a lot of positions left. DraftKings is almost green. This thing is on its own planet. Zillow is on its own planet. UAL is starting to fade a bit. Okay, the airlines are trying to fade. Roku is trying to fade. NIO is really strong. Okay. Nah, Snowflake is not a sign of a market top. I mean, this could just be beginning of a market bubble or something. We don't know that. It's just a sign there is some froth in the markets, in certain parts of the markets. It's just not a sign of much else. Yeah, Penn has also been on its own planet lately. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so what are we looking at here? So what am I supposed to look at on Beaky? Wow, this Livongo is weak. Livongo is showing some relative weakness. Yeah, I mean, what am I supposed to look at on BEK? Like, it's, what am I looking at? Well, get used to it. If you wanna make trading a career, these types of days, you're gonna have many of these types of days. You can't let it affect you. Just another day in the markets. I shorted some Livongo. Not gonna do any crazy size on this thing. 15,000 shares. It is showing some relative weakness, and it's just losing the 50-day. This thing hasn't been below the 50 days since like mid-March, late March. So next support on it could be the rising 100-day, which is like 20% lower, 23% lower. Okay, Roku looks like it's weakening here. VBIE. Yeah, IBIO looks pretty decent. No, this is not really a, buying a breakout type of a market. Some breakouts that triggered in the past like 5-6 days, some of them did have a nice, they're holding up really nicely, like LAC, NIO is holding up nicely, Zillow is a master of holding up, and also DraftKings is on its own planet. What trading platform am I using? If you follow the instructions on the screen, you will figure it out very soon. This GameStop. Also on its own planet. Exactly, Brandy Love Trader Pro. Pro. Exactly, is GameStop still around? I haven't been in a GameStop since, I don't know, since I still had hair. Exactly, what would Brandy do? Yeah, type this before asking questions in chat. Yeah. Exactly, Michael Burry buys from them every single day. A lot of the leading stocks are right on major moving average. Like AMD is, well, it's just below the 50-day, but if it kind of reclaims the 50-day here, that would be a really bullish candle. Melee is right on the 100-day. CrowdStrike is on the 20-day. Twilio is right on the 100-day. PDD on the 100-day. Etsy is, well, soon on the 100-day. Peloton is on the 20-day. So far, many of them are holding up really well. Like SC, I just got stopped out of it today, but it's holding up really well still. Zoom is on the 10-day. That's just super champion. Tesla just reclaimed the 20-day. Oh, W looks interesting. A bear flag type of setup. So I don't know. Many of the leaders still look fairly good. Like a lot of the leaders are still intact. Some have like broken down, but many are still intact. And that's really what I'm in. Only what I'm interested in. I'm just interested in the elite stocks. I'm not really interested in what most of the market does. I want to trade the best of the best when the time comes. Pinterest just bounced off the rising 20-day today. That one is showing big relative strength. Huya, Chinese stock, showing good relative strength. And Douyu, another Chinese stock. These things look... These were was long like a month ago. But they look really good. Candy? It looks like a piece of shit broken stock. No other opinion than that. It needs some kind of PR or something to get going. Might be the second workhorse, yeah, maybe. Right now there's no momentum or volume there. But if it gets momentum and volume, then we can reassess. Right now I don't see anything. Party. Let's see, Party. It had a good setup yesterday, and today it's holding up really well. And yesterday it had a really nice breakout. Yeah, airlines are holding fairly well, yep. They are. Tupperware, really? Wow, this thing is wow. Tupperware, really? Apparently Tupperware is hot again. Who would have thought? I think I'm gonna get stopped out of my Livongo starter. Go. Yeah, it's holding well. Blink. Yeah, we can get volume. Momentum. Right now I don't see anything here. It looks like a broken stock. GE, yeah, it's just a random stock going up. Don't see a setup here. Okay, so far a big bounce. Oh, don't tell me I sold Chainhog at the lows. I think I sold Chainhog at the lows. Really? Okay. Yeah, I sold Chainhog like 10 cents from the lows. And now it's bouncing. Okay. There you go. Trading is so easy, everyone can do it. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I use leverage. 1M. Just a random stock going sideways. I don't see any momentum here. Yeah, this CrowdStrike looks really good. It's one of the best acting stocks out there. It's kind of building a high tide flag for now. Maybe in a few days. Shopify, yeah, trying to bounce. I got stopped out of Livongo. God damn, took a $38,000 loss on a starter position. But let's see if we can reclaim 50-day. The 50-day. TQQ short here. Nah, not really. It's just in the middle of nowhere. This thing could bounce back to 125, 130, and then, you know, start going lower again, or it could, you know, stop here. I just don't see a setup yet. Always wait for setups. ITCI, yeah, pretty decent. Pretty decent. Fuck this, I'm gonna watch some YouTube. This is boring. You're off to watch some Brandy Love? That sounds like a good idea. Like, I just don't see anything. Like, you know, I just don't see anything. Like this bounce, you know, we could fail. Right now we're in a total rally mode, but, you know, mid-late date we could fail and, you know, start fading off again and then gap down tomorrow. You know, it's just that type of a market. You know, patience is key here. Patience is key, and I really don't see any good setups. There are some potential short setups there, but other than that, you know, not really excited about anything at all. VIX is a waste of time most of the time. It's a waste of time most of the time. You need a big market decline to get VIX moving. And most of the time, you know, we just don't get a big decline. Why are you shorting Dow? It's just a range-bound stock. What do you see here? This thing is showing relative strength. Why are you shorting this thing? Signet? Not yet. Maybe in a few days. I think I may be done for the day. I just don't see. Wow, NIO went green on the day. What a strong stock. This is exactly what you want to see in a strong stock. That's what a strong stock does. They just can't bring it down. DraftKings green on the day. Yeah, Penn is defying gravity. That's what it's good at. Penn is really good at defying gravity. Damn it, plug. Looks like I got shaken out of it. Oh well. It is what it is. Huya and Toyo will be watches going forward. These things are acting really well. Like really, really well. CrowdStrike is acting really well. It's one of, it's one of the strongest stocks. NVCR? No, not a short. W for a short. I have it on my watch list. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Not super excited, but it's kind of bear flagging here. But it depends on the market. Like I think it's easier just to short SPXL or TQQs instead of doing the individual names. I'm not really excited about anything. I haven't made a trade today. Probably not gonna make a trade today. Trans time. Okay, ADR is 2.6. Guys, why are you getting these low ADR stocks in your scans? You should fix that, guys. A lot of you get these low ADR stocks. There's no point in trading stuff like this. Just a waste of everyone's time. Red to green moves? No, not really. I buy range breaks, not some random red to green or setups. If there's a range break, I'm gonna buy it. Oh, off moving averages like pins or NIO? No, I do like opening range highs and stuff like that. Red to green, like, Not really. Wait, Penn took out yesterday's highs? Okay. Okay. Why not? TRNE, if you can go sideways a bit more would be nice. SHLL, maybe for tomorrow or something. Why use net change? Versus open versus close, because I like net change more. That's an interesting observation. I use open versus close on the daily charts. Okay, that's interesting. Never thought of it. It's just a minor thing, doesn't really matter. But now, open versus close. Doesn't really matter. But thanks for pointing it out. That's a nice observation. Now I use open versus close on both daily and the 60-minute. Wrecker, yeah, Wrecker had a decent setup yesterday and showing relative strength today. If I'm holding more than a third, I'm holding like 98% of my position. It's a position trade. It either goes to 30, 40, or it goes, or it stops me out. I'm not scaling out of it very much. Tesla looks like it wants to go green. Portnoy's on CNBC, okay, tonight, alright. Yeah, maybe that's why Penn is running. Twitter says so. I think it could go much more than that. If I got a starter size, well, I either add as fast as possible or I wait for the next setup. But I usually don't do starters on my longs. I usually buy my full position. I only do starters on the shorts. Okay, DraftKings is close to yesterday's highs. Alright. I think I'm gonna cut the stream. This is it's just, you know, there's no point in watching paint dry. You know, we are getting, you know, we could, you know, find resistance and sell off into the close, or we could go green on the day. It's just a coin toss. I don't think we're gonna get any clear picture until maybe late day or something, mid-late day. SPYs are bouncing off the 50-day perfectly. But again, the 10-day, the declining 10-day is just above. So, you know, question is, will we reclaim or are we gonna go lower? Same thing with the Nasdaq or the Qs. You know, the 50-day is just above. Will we get rejected or will we reclaim? It's just too early to tell. I just don't see anything to do here. Tesla is about to go green. Does SLV? No, silver doesn't. You know, silver and gold are usually not that correlated with the markets, but right now they are. Lately they have been kind of correlated. But it depends, you know, like silver and gold could be really correlated for a while, and then they suddenly stop being correlated. So it's kind of, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. But it is holding silver. Like this is a high tide flag. Like I'm getting excited about this setup. Once this thing breaks out, I'm gonna do some pretty big size. I'm gonna do like 200,000-300,000 shares of this thing. If I see a really good setup. Like today, it's still building higher lows with today's gap down. That's a really good sign. Yeah, I got silver yesterday. Yes, I took a 10-cent loss on it. Guys, you can figure these things out yourselves. Like it took out yesterday's low. Like yesterday it took out the previous day's low, right? Why would I still be in it? And I didn't even have that wide of a stop from the beginning, so I had like a 10-cent stop. Why not take a small starter right now? Why would I? It could get rejected. It's right on the declining 10-day. It could get rejected here and go straight down to 24. There's no setup here. There's no point in taking a starter. If I would buy rebuy plug, yeah, on a good setup. It's holding up really well. It's building a flag. It's building a really nice looking flag here. Higher lows all the way. Maybe in a few days, if we can tighten up a little bit. Yes, SHLL looks like it's setting up. It does. Topper, if I had gone long, there hasn't been a sell signal, you know. It hasn't even touched the rising 10-day. Yeah, I would probably be in most of my shares if I had gone long. But I didn't, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I did not. Which sucks. There's a glitch where it shows I have 1.3 thousand viewers. Really? I see I have 292. Ethereum. Let's see. Bitcoin. Okay, let's see. Ethereum USD. Yeah, Ethereum is building higher lows. It undercut the rising 50-day, but it's kind of not going away, and it's building higher lows. Yeah, there's a potential setup here. All right. My favorite car? I really don't have a favorite car. Stitch Fix. It's not really a momentum leader in any way. But if he can tighten up for a few days, there could be a good setup. Could be. Next the setup on 14th of September. Maybe. Yeah, kind of. You know, these types of stocks, you know, these micro nano caps, they can be a bit fast. I would have preferred a few more days of sideways, but you know, obviously it went higher, so. In hindsight, there was a setup there. Okay, I'm done for the day. I'm just gonna do some other stuff. I just don't see anything to do here. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you tomorrow. Or maybe I won't. I'm gonna have surgery on one of my teeth tomorrow, so if it hurts, I'm not gonna stream. If it hurts afterwards, but I should be able to stream. I don't know. All right. Good luck all.